Mother's Day arrived the way most days did for me now, quietly. No alarm clock rang. No one called my name from the kitchen. No hurried footsteps echoed through the hallway. I woke before sunrise, as I always did, not because I needed to, but because my body no longer understood rest. Old habits from a lifetime of waking early for others never truly leave you. He stayed with me long after his business recovered. This time, he listened. This time, he stayed. On the next Mother's Day, there were no diamonds. Only breakfast, only time, only love, and that was more than enough. Days passed. He stayed with me. One morning, he noticed my bare hands. "Mom, where's the ring?" I looked at him. "I sold it." His face changed. "Why?" "To help you." He stared at me. "I sold the bracelet Clara gave me too," I added softly. "And the house? Long ago." The room felt heavy. "What house?" he whispered. "Our house." He sank to the floor. I thought you had savings." I knelt beside him. "I had love," I said. That was enough. Success is loud. Failure is silent. One night, months later, my phone rang. It was Armin. His voice was different. "Mom, can I come?" That was all he said. I opened the door hours later when he arrived. He looked smaller somehow. Tired. Broken. He collapsed into my arms and cried like the boy he once was. I didn't ask questions. I just held him. A week later, my landlord knocked. Rent was due. Medicine prices had increased. I stared at the ring box. I sold it the same day. The jeweler smiled. He didn't ask questions. The money lasted months. When Armin's business began to struggle, something I only learned later, I sent money back anonymously. He never knew. That ring felt heavy on my finger. Not because of its size, but because of what it represented. He stayed for less than an hour. His phone rang often. Business calls. Meetings. When he left, he hugged me briefly. "Take care, Mom. Call if you need anything." The door closed. Silence returned. I removed the ring and placed it back in the box. Then I cried. Not because I was ungrateful, but because my son had become someone who believed love could be measured. That afternoon, I heard the sound of a car stopping outside my building. Not many cars came here. I recognized the engine immediately. Armin. My heart quickened, not with excitement, but with something heavier. A mix of love, longing, and a quiet fear of being disappointed. There was a knock on the door. I opened it. He stood there in a tailored suit, his hair neatly styled, a faint scent of expensive cologne trailing behind him. He looked successful, confident, like a man who belonged to a different world. "Mom," he said, smiling. "Come in," I replied. He glanced around the room briefly. Just briefly, as if measuring something. He handed me a large gift bag. "Happy Mother's Day." I thanked him and placed it on the table, unopened. He looked surprised. "You're not going to open it?" "I will," I said softly. "Sit first." He sat. I made tea. Simple tea. No fancy cups. When I returned, he watched me carefully. Then he asked the question. "Mom, do you like the things Clara sends you? The money? The gifts?" I paused. Clara was his wife. She sent me money every few months. Always with a message reminding me how generous it was. "Yes," I said quietly. "They are useful." He smiled, relieved. "You know," he said, leaning back, "some people say we give you too much. But I tell them, she's my mother." I nodded. He took out a small box and placed it in front of me. "This is from me." Inside was a diamond ring. It sparkled under the dim light. "Do you like it?" he asked. "It's beautiful," I said. "Good," he said. "It cost a lot." The house had been old, but it was ours. Its walls carried laughter. Its floors remembered footsteps. Its kitchen knew my secrets. When Armin came to me one night, eyes tired, voice shaking, papers in his hands. "Mom, I think I made a mistake. I need money. Just for a few months." I didn't ask how much. I didn't ask why. I only asked, "Will this help you stand again?" He nodded. "So I sold the house." I told him I had savings. I moved into a rented room on the edge of the city, telling myself it was temporary. I told myself that once his business succeeded, I would buy something small. Time passed. His business succeeded. I stayed. My son, Armin, had not always been a millionaire. He was once a thin boy with scraped knees and wide, curious eyes. A boy who used to fall asleep on my lap while I stitched clothes late into the night. A boy who cried when I burned the rice and laughed when I pretended it was crispy on purpose. His father died when Armin was 10. A sudden illness, a short hospital stay, then silence. I remember standing in that hospital corridor, holding Armin's hand while doctors spoke words I didn't fully understand. Armin squeezed my fingers so tightly that night, as if afraid I might disappear too. After that, life became a series of sacrifices stitched together with hope. I worked wherever I could, cleaning houses, sewing clothes, cooking for others. I skipped meals so Armin wouldn't have to. I sold my jewelry piece by piece to pay his school fees. When he graduated, I cried louder than anyone. When he got his first job, I thanked God. When he started his business, I sold our house. He never knew that part. The ceiling fan hummed above me, slow and uneven, like it had been working too hard for too long, much like me. I sat up carefully, my knees protesting as they always did, and reached for my shawl. The room was small. A single bed, a wooden cupboard with one loose hinge, a table by the window. Everything I owned fit inside these walls. Once, long ago, I had a house full of noise. Now, I had silence. I walked to the window and looked outside. The street below was already waking up. Children in neat uniforms waited for school buses. A woman argued with a vegetable seller. Life moved forward, unaware that it was Mother's Day. I smiled faintly. I never expected much on this day anymore. Not since my son became successful.